Yorona, Scott Sylvan coming live from Teahupo'o Beach. I'm in Tahiti, and I gotta let you know that this trip was powered by points. And so I want to let you know that part of your maximum multiple on your exit should also be your thesis on what you're gonna do with your credit cards. And I wanna give you a couple of warnings. One, not everybody in your company wants what you want. And so sometimes what will happen is there is an energy to writing a large check. There is a feeling, there is an emotion behind being able to stroke a check for 50 grand, 100 grand, 200, $1 million. And so one of the things that you want to think about is who in your company is going to give you pushback when it comes to creating a process for you to pay for your purchase with a credit card. Now, one of the strategies that you could use is to use a credit card for each output, meaning that your marketing is paid for with one credit card, that your expenses for the company are paid for with one credit card, that your trips are paid for with one credit card, for your products and services are paid for with one credit card. And then at the end of the month, you reconcile and say, hey, what are all the charges? Oh, we've been getting charged a couple $100 a month for this thing, we're not even using it, and then you knock it off, right? It allows for you to go through and pay attention to what's going on inside of your business, but also be aware that when you're having this conversation about what's your maximum multiple, a couple of years out and a couple of million miles really matter. So I had a client that we knew that was going to sell, and 3 years out, we had this conversation. Every single one of your purchases should be on a credit card where possible, where legal, because as of right now, the IRS code allows, the United States IRS code allows for you to use those points and you don't have to pay any money on them. So it's free money for you. Well, the accountant inside of the organization did not want to give credit to a credit card because they liked stroking the check. They liked having the ability to say, I'm going to pay for this and I'm going to make this happen without any type of input. So for 3 years, this business owner could have maximized and gotten somewhere, we calculated somewhere right around 3 million points. 3 million points. So if you consider that 1 million points is worth about $10,000, give or take, it's $30,000 of real money that could have been used towards retirement. And if you're running big numbers inside of your organization, you could end up with tens of millions of points for you to use on your exit. This is why when I say the maximum multiple, it doesn't just take into account what you're going to get paid. So I'm going to give you an example. Tomorrow I turn 50, and this trip cost me 100,000 points and $144, right? Not including the hotel. Okay, so 25,000 from Sacramento to Honolulu, 25,000 from Honolulu to Tahiti, 25,000 from Tahiti back to Honolulu, 25,000 points from Honolulu back to Sacramento. And the reason that's significant is my 50th birthday trip cost me $144 plus hotel. And so when you start thinking, okay, when I exit my business, I want to do a big trip, but I don't want to pay for it with any of my cashola or maximum multiple that came from like you can plan in advance. You can say, hey, like in a couple of days, I'm going to Maria. In a couple of days, I'm going to Bora Bora, right? You could say like, I'm going to go spend a month after my exit and I'm not going to pay a dime. Or you can cash out those points and get somewhere around $10,000-ish for every million points that you have. And when you start thinking of the implications that has for you and your lifestyle after your exit, because you're going to lose some of your perks, you want to start thinking about how can you maximize the mileage of your credit cards and how can you maximize the purchases, but also go through and minimize the people who don't want to implement your plan or your strategy. Because for them, it's more important for them to get the energy or the effort out of stroking a check. Now, just so you know, I'm going to put a link for a credit card right below this video. There might be points that come back to me. Somehow I might get paid. It may possibly be an affiliate link, which I want to give you fair warning so you don't come back and say, hey, Scott, it was an affiliate. So if we're doing a yes and to this video, one of the things that you could do for your maximum multiple is figure out how you could put affiliate offers in place that are going to help you get paid or pay for part of your business on a monthly basis. They're your charges, they're your points, you should get the benefit from it and you should be able to travel. So if you're like, hey Scott, what does Tahiti look like on a Sunday afternoon? Well, this is where you drive into and then you got to do this really cool walk all the way to this point. And then there's a boat out there. Let me zoom in. There's a boat right out there. That's where the break is at. That's where the surf break is at. I was just out there. I got to tell you, it's one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life to be this far away from some of the best surf spots in the world, watching dudes just come off of a barrel and just come out. Like, I can't even express how cool it was, but it is a good way to say, hey, maximize your mileage, because my version isn't going to be your version. You got one of three things to do from here. Just one of three. Find the subscribe button, click on it, and every time I send out a video, you'll get an update. 2, hit follow. 3, share this video with a friend. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.